Goodness. All right. So what are we talking about today?
Just, how a lot of people are thinking about getting a real estate license, but they don't always know. I guess they're afraid to take a leap of faith.
Okay.
And so I came 3 years ago into real estate.
What were you doing before you came in?
I come from a basketball coaching background. So
Okay.
my whole adulthood has been coaching, and it's relationships. So real estate kind of goes hand in hand with it. But honestly, as far as day-to-day real estate operations and terms and everything else was kind of overwhelming when you first get in. But it didn't stop me from wanting to continue growing. That's one thing about sports, is it gives you a lot of traits that correlate with business or real estate or any field that you want to go into, because you have to be coachable. And you have to have some resilience. You got to have some grit. You've got to have persistence, because there's challenges that come at you in all kinds of angles.
Right.
And I think that's probably one of the areas a lot of people are afraid of coming into the real estate, or, it might be a different career path, but I think they're afraid because they don't feel like they know enough.
So in my opinion, I think sometimes people that want to come into real estate think that the job is way too easy. And so when they come in, they see, certain people doing a lot of deals or doing a lot of stuff, and they think that they make a lot of money. And so they say, I want to do this. But I think getting into real estate, like you said, it takes a lot of skill, and it takes a lot of training, and it takes a lot of just constant learning and the ability to adapt and shift, because we all know that things can happen day by day that are going to be different. Do you feel that because you've had the years of coaching experience that it helps you adapt and shift when you come about obstacles in real estate?
Yeah, because my style of basketball coaching is educating. Okay. And real estate is also the same way, approaching it that way. And you learn something, and then when you teach it, you learn it twice. So repetition is the mother of skill. It's one of the more you do something, the better. But real estate, as we both know, the challenges can be different every transaction. So it's not always the same thing. It's not like a sport necessarily, but the skill of learning and adapting is what I've gained from my coaching experience.
Okay. So once you've gotten into real estate and you've gotten your real estate license, what do you think happens at that point where your basketball background could come into play? Like, what do you need to do once you've gotten your license, once you've figured out who you're going to work for? How do you get a client?
Well, conversations, obviously. So we all know people.
Yes, we do.
And there's people that know they're from this area. Like for me, for example, I'm from Auburn. So I know people from all walks of life because I've been here for 3 decades. So I can go into any store, restaurant, you name it, I'm going to run into somebody I know, or they know me in some capacity. And to get them to become a real estate client, it's about having conversation. You can't be a secret agent. Like, you have to let them know, hey, I just started this journey in real estate, and I'm wanting to gain your trust in this business. And so whether you are looking to buy or sell, you might not be, and you might not for several years, but you'll know somebody that's looking to buy or sell in the next year.
Right. So let me ask you this question. When I first started in real estate, I went to an office, and in that office, their training was put all of your people in a database and send them all a letter and tell them you're a real estate agent. Was that what you were taught?
Yeah.
And did you do it?
No.
Why didn't you do it?
Because I feel like that's, I mean,
it's bombarding, right? It's like, what the heck?
I don't want to be the person that you see me in Target and you turn around and walk away.
Right.
Like you're running through the trash can aisle because you're trying to dodge me. Right. Like,
so if today, with everything that you've learned in the 3 years that you've been in real estate, if you could give advice today to somebody brand new in the business to say, hey, you know a ton of people because you've lived here your whole life and you've done all these things. How are you going to let them know that you have now switched into being a real estate agent? What's your avenue?
Just be your honest self. Just be your true self, who you were to them prior to real estate. But let them know, hey, listen, I've opened this chapter of my life, and what can I do to gain your trust and confidence in me to represent people that you know, like, and trust?
Okay, but how are you getting it out there to them? Are you calling them? Are you sending them something? Like, are you just, when you see them in the street, you're telling them?
All the above. Like you can send a text just to touch base with someone you haven't talked to in a while, or it might be someone you run into at church, or some other event like Food Truck Friday, and then making phone calls. Like, you visit your friends over and over again. So why are you afraid to tell them what you're doing? You know what they do for a living. So just because it's not a sales position doesn't mean that you don't care what they do.
True. So what do you think about being online, being social and verbal with it?
Being online, you need to show that you're a real person. I think that you break it down with business. You show your business, but not all your posts should be business. I think you need to show your life, whether it's hanging out with your kids or whether it's you're at the gym and then you're behind the scenes. Things that you do behind the scenes in real estate that not everybody sees.
Right. So in my opinion, I think that if you're an agent and you're getting started in today's world, you love to be on social media, to watch videos and to look at things that other people are doing in their life.
Right.
You don't necessarily want to look at things that they're doing in their business. But what if we incorporated both of those things? Like, this is my life and this is my business.
Right. I think that's what people want to see.
They want to know you.
They want to know you. They want to connect.
True, authentic you. And you're going to connect to them in those ways. If you're showing people that you're coaching basketball, or if you're showing people that you're taking your daughter wherever you're taking her, to the, like you said, food truck festival, or maybe you're taking her to the movie at night.
Yeah.
By showing people want to see what people are doing.
Right.
And once they see you often, and then here and there they see you closing a house or showing them a place around a neighborhood that you're in or something to that degree, then they're going to want to interact with you more.
Right.
So getting that engagement, not via just sending an email or doing something to that degree, but just being intentional about giving out information, giving out education, is going to help you get people to come and talk to you a little bit easier.
Yeah, because the everyday public doesn't know the whole process always.
Right.
There's a lot of people out there that do know because they've bought several houses, but then there's people that don't. So you've got to educate them. And those people that don't want to see those all the time, then they can scroll on.
Right. It's easy to scroll up.
Yeah.
All right. So let's shift gears a little bit. It is October 2024 right now, and we are planning our year-end everything. How would you like to finish your year?
Obviously, the more people I can help sell and buy houses is key, but also just preparing for next year.
Okay.
And you want to have that momentum to start off the new year after the holidays.
Okay. So what about education classes? What do you plan to do for your sphere, for anybody you know, maybe your social network or friends and family? What do you want to give them in the month of November, the month of December, education-wise, to prepare them if they want to buy or sell in 2025?
Well, I work with a lot of first-time home buyers, so just letting them know, hey, your situation might not be perfect, but there's different solutions that we can find that can maybe get you in a house sooner than you think. Okay. And so having those conversations with people and just showing them, hey, we can help you, and it might not be the answer you want right away. But what if you're 6 months away?
What if you offered 10 free credit consultations to get you in the step forward of buying a house in 2025? If credit is your holdback.
Right.
What if you offered 10 credit consultations in the month of November for free and allowed people to come in and sit down with you and be vulnerable and tell you, this is my situation and this is why I don't?
We can do that. Giving away. It's a giving season at the end of the day. So
let's give away a lot of knowledge.
Right.
Let's give away anything that they need to know to get them in the position.
Yeah.
Set them up for free buyer consultations. Set them up for free seller consultations if they want to come in. You talked to me many times about wanting to be a divorce real estate agent, someone that specializes in couples that are unfortunately going through the divorce stage, because you're familiar with that process.
Yep.
And so in efforts to do that, that's a vulnerable place for people to open up about. So maybe we can offer, are you having trouble and you may need to split assets or something to that degree and a house is included? I'd like to sit down and talk with you about those things and let's make a plan.
Yeah. Unfortunately, divorce is a rough subject for people, and it's never easy.
Some are excited.
Some are excited. Some are ready, and then there's those that have a tough time and
unexpected.
They need someone that's able to stay calm and keep their personal emotions out of it, and that's something that I have the ability to do. and just guiding those people to make the best decision and helping them through the whole process is something that I'm passionate about, and I really want to help those people because that's you're going to have a lot of stresses in divorce.
Right.
So let's not the selling or buying process of your home be one of those stresses.
And you can take that away from them.
Correct.
Let's do this. So in November and December, specifically in November, we're going to meet as a team and we're going to set up our 2025 business plan. I've already done mine, but we're going to do them individually and we're going to do it as a whole, as a cumulative. Do you have a specific area of expertise that you want to dive into 2025 to be able to help people of a certain expertise?
I would like to dive more into sport coaches that come into the universities that are local, Auburn University, Point University, Southern Union, even Chattahoochee Valley Community College, because I know the area. So when coaches are coming in, I would love to be able to help them find the place that's going to be the right fit for them. And so that's one of the plans that I have that I'd like to, start serving that community.
Okay. For me personally, I'm going down the avenue of I own investment property, but I don't own enough investment property. As real estate agents, we get the opportunity a lot to purchase properties or to be the first ones to know that something is coming about. And we talk a lot about how do you buy? Like, how do you get the financing? How do you get the funding? And so when we're researching this stuff for our clients, we sometimes slack on ourselves and we don't research it to where we can invest in it.
Right.
Because sometimes we have the ability to grab a rental property or grab an Airbnb or something to that degree. But if we're always looking for someone else, we never look for ourselves. And that's something that I've done. I haven't really looked for us as our family. And so for 2025, my goal is to educate the public on how to purchase second homes, investment homes, and things of that nature by finding out all the creative financing ways to do so and all the ways to even pull the equity out of your house. If you have 50 to 100 grand in equity, why not pull it out and go buy another property that can income generate and then toss it onto the property you already have. So my goal for 2025 is to really sink in and dive into investors and, again, second homeowners. Of course, I'm still going to help everybody. I still specialize in new construction and first-time homeowners and all those things, but this is just an avenue that I don't know enough about, and I'm always about learning. So that's my goal.
The goal. Investment is a whole different game.
Mm-hmm.
It is not the same as residential sales. So, you're selling a home, but it's a whole different perspective from the client.
Yes. But what we know is that we've always got to be learning.
Yeah.
And so if we're always learning, we're always going to know something new. We can always go down a different level. This year we started dabbling in commercial properties, and now look at us. We have Dairy Queens listed. We have all kind of stuff out there because we took that chance. And I think all of this is about chance. So when we started the conversation being coming in, you are afraid to break those boundaries, or you're afraid to get in and you don't know how you're going to make it. I think the way you make it is to jump in. Don't be afraid. Don't second guess. Just do it.
Yeah.
What's it going to hurt?
Right.
If I go up for I'm going to state this as a former basketball coach. I used to love playing basketball. Played in high school. I used to think I could dunk. Broke my wrist one time trying to hit it because I hit the rim. I never dunked again though, but it was fun. So I wasn't afraid of anything. I always thought I could, and I tried.
Yeah. I mean, that's you've got to always have that. People have a fear of failure. And if you are always afraid to try things and you're never willing to take that leap of faith, then you're never going to know.
Right. All right. So before we go, let's talk about one customer that you were able to help this year that you feel was your most successful assistance this year. What's one that stuck out to you?
Recently I had a client that was going through divorce. We sold the house that they lived in prior to them divorcing, and helping her find a home for her and her kids after that sale was something that was meaningful because we didn't know. And in that price range that she was looking at, there wasn't much on the market. We found something, we got it under contract, and her kids are in there. And
It's a new life.
they've started a new chapter in their life. And so that was, you know, D of statewide mortgage was a huge piece in that happening. And we had some challenges in that transaction, but at the end of the day, we got it done.
And it's such a good feeling.
Yeah.
Because you were able to take her from a position where she was going through something.
Yeah.
And you helped her through it. And even if there were things that you had to go through to get through it, at the end of the day, she's happy now.
Correct.
She's in a good place.
Right.
New chapter. Love it. So we'll take that to the other level of, tell me one thing you encountered this year that you took as the biggest learning lesson because it was something you've never experienced before. And it doesn't even have to be real estate related.
Not that I can think of right off my head, top of my head. So yeah. So.
All right. Anything else you want to chat about?
No, not today. That's a video. I'm not video ready, but I am here.
You're always ready. Video is always because people get to see you.
Yeah.
They get to know who ramen is, like the noodle, and get to know you, and that's all it's about.
All right.